Not the good one, but as good as it is.
That's why I sat over here.
On the VA, I'm 100% deaf.
That I understand.
So what part of it, what Marine Corps are you?
So,
I've been too many times in the VAR.
so Chuck, tell us about your Marine Corps service. You went to boot camp
Oh
at,
yeah, when I'm talking to everybody then, when I do it.
yeah?
I'm gonna hold this up when I gotta go. So I'll be back then. Like this.
See anybody coming, I'd like to get some coffee.
Okay.
Decaf coffee. You want me to say something?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Raiders.
It's a little embarrassing to do this in this kind of a crowd.
We can,
No.
everybody can hear though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Y'all
can hear
better
you.
than I am. But I was born and raised in California, Sierra Nevada Mountains, 7,600 feet. I was there for 16 years. My father and mother homesteaded the place and had a hunting and fishing resort. And kind of, she was an RN from World War I. She went to Stanford and graduated in Stanford in 1915 as an RN. Went to overseas immediately to World War I, and my dad did also. They weren't married yet. But we got our food in our mail by dog sled, if you can believe it, in California, until 1936 when the roads were opened up. This leads me into my Marine Corps. I volunteered for Marine Corps when I was 17. And went to boot camp. Made it through there. And when I came back from my great leave, where do you want to go? I'm 17. I want to go to the Marine Corps. Oh, where do you want to be? What is your experience, your profession? At 17, I'm a student. What did you do? And, well, I brought up at 7,600 feet in the Sierra Nevada Mountains, on top of the, all resources are brought by dog sled. In the summer, my brother and our 2 kids are a mile and a half away. We hiked all over the mountains, 8, 9, 10,000 feet. We camped 3 or 4 days. We just went by ourselves at small teenage. Shot my first deer at 14. We have a special unit here called the Marine Raiders. It's volunteer. And I said, well, what can you tell me about it? So it's a small unit, and a camaraderie, and bang. I was a football player and a basketball player. A team I could get around. The Marine Corps, I couldn't get around. I'll go. So that's how I ended up in the Raiders. Back I go then immediately to Camp Pendleton, their tent camp number 2, which was grass and eight things with 80 of us. And that was a tent camp number 2, Marine Raiders. And we had 12 weeks there. We went 10 days straight through, all day, and then we had a 72-hour pass. There was no slap shoot, there was no pictures. We ate out on the ground, field kitchen, had no facilities except the outhouse. And you skidded around on them when you're watching. Now, so came graduation time. You know what graduation of Marine Raiders was in 1943? There were 2 lists on the head. Camp Elliott, Raiders, Camp Pendleton, reassignment. 2 6-bys up there idling. hey, I'm going to Camp Billy and I'm a Raider. So I became a Raider. That was graduation. They sent me to New Caledonia. And then today, New Caledonia is a great place. The big city or capital is New Caledonia. I was there twice. Oh boy, I'm going to downtown. I unloaded a ship. And so we took us down and we unloaded a ship and got on a 6 van, back we went. Got to go to town one time on Liberty. I got downtown in New Caledonia, and they only spoke French. And here I am, 17-year-old walking around. Get me on a truck and take me home. So the first one came out, I went back. Now, they're about 6 weeks, and I'm off to Guadalcanal, where we set up a main station. And from that station, I went to Bougainville, Emerald, Guam, Okinawa. And again, we had coconut logs and a movie. We had no slop shoot. And we got a couple of bottles of cold beer, of warm beer, a couple times a month. And we played poker for those. And somebody would end up with a half a dozen and drink them and get blasted with it. So now we're ready to go. I went to Bougainville. I have to take just a moment to tell you about Bougainville. Bougainville was hell on earth. It was the worst service I ever had. Not the most challenging, but for your health was challenging. It was hell on earth. Nothing but swamp. We'd have to sometimes at night lay there and hold our buddy's head up on our chest so you get some sleep, and then we turn on the other one. It was not very good. I did get one laugh in Bougainville. Here I am in the water about knee deep. You know, I got to get enough sand up here to get my helmet on it so I can at least. And our gunny sergeant, Hewley, came slopping by. Meacham, dig that hole deeper. And he was smiling. I just broke out in a laugh. Don't laugh at Bougainville. And Hewley's son became Lieutenant General Hewley. Got 3 stars. Now the little sergeant major. So I don't want to get on the blood thing. You know enough about that, but let's talk about humor. We got to set up a line there, a security line. We didn't know how long it was going to be, but God, it was dry and it was great. And each day we had to make security patrols out. So it was always one man in that foxhole, 24 hours a day. That's the other one to go. Well, J.L. Young was my buddy, and out he went. And he came back one afternoon with an Arasaki rifle in his hand and told me a story. He was on a patrol. He was a patrol guard at the end, and they're going along, and he heard click, 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 and he turned around, and then a Jap had him with his rifle right in his face, and click, a misfire. Oh, jail had him on the ground with about half of his 8 rounds, probably making 4 or 5. You got to keep something because you know who else is there. And he brought back his rifle and he said, Chuck, sleep tonight. I can't. I had a good night's sleep, Bougainville that night, slept all night long. No, JL could not sleep. I had that Arasaki stuck in my face and then go, click, get your attention. Okay, enough on Bougainville. Although